on this Friday. Happy Friday to all who are watching. Friday is finally here. I feel like it's felt like a really long week because of how cold it's been. So happy to have you here. I'm Kelsey Marier with KTTC, getting your morning started with Morning Pulse. Every weekday at 8:30, we are right here with you on our live stream to get you up to date on all the stories that are happening locally that are kind of making our top headlines and things that people are talking about this morning so that we can get your day started on the right foot. Once again, every morning we are doing this, and we're happy to be here doing that with you. So we have a few stories that we're going to get to today. We're going to breeze through them quickly, get you your top headlines so that you can get back to work or back to whatever you're doing for your Friday. So on that note, let's get started here. I'm just going to cue up our first story. We were talking about Nupa and what's going on with the ICE raids or the story regarding our ICE raids here with Nupa. So what we're learning now is, give me 1 second, everybody. I'm just making sure that our graphics are working, but if it's not, that's okay. We're gonna restart that for you. Okay, get that in there. I think that's here. Look at that, I got it. Awesome, okay. Let's talk more about Nupa. Sorry, everybody, for the delay. We're learning that an immigration hearing could actually be playing out next week for one of the two men that were detained by ICE last week in Rochester. So this announcement we saw is coming from Nupa. That's the employer of those two men. They did post on their Facebook page, Nupa's Facebook page, that a hearing is expected sometime next week. However, we don't have very many more details about that were provided on that hearing. So the Mediterranean restaurant, as we know, previously said that the men are brothers who may have been working under false documentation. They were arrested by ICE officers in the parking lot of the South location on February 12th. We have made some attempts to connect with ICE since that arrest. We haven't received any responses yet. The Nupa owners, though, say they do plan to attend next week's hearing if they're allowed to do so. So that's a story that we will continue to follow in the days to come here. All right, let's talk about our next story this morning. We are giving an update on the former Minnesota State Patrol Trooper Shane Roper. So a federal lawsuit now on pause against Shane Roper, that former trooper who allegedly killed an Owatonna teen in a crash. However, the pause doesn't mean that this case just goes away. What we know now is that a judge is issuing the judge has issued an order this week in an effort to let Shane Roper's criminal case play out first before the federal. He is charged with the multiple counts of criminal vehicular homicide. The crash happened on May 18th. He was on the job when that crash happened, and the crash resulted in the death of 18-year-old Olivia Flores. You may remember in December, the Flores family filed a civil lawsuit in federal court claiming that the former trooper, violated their daughter's constitutional rights and wrongfully caused her death. So Roper's criminal case is going to continue moving along in Olmsted County. Earlier this month, state prosecutors actually submitted some evidence for a potential trial. That trial was supposed to start actually later next month. That has now been delayed as both of the sides are continuing to build their cases. According to court filings, Roper has not responded to this civil lawsuit. So kind of some new developments here, and something that, of course, we will keep following as it goes on. Final story this morning that we're going to be talking about is a widely used abortion pill. We're learning that this could actually soon become illegal in the state of Iowa. We've learned a state representative in Iowa has actually introduced this bill, making this specific pill a Class C felony to distribute or prescribe it. Now, this pill is called mifepristone, as you see here on your screen. Medical professionals could actually face up to 10 years in prison if they administer or prescribe that. So the drug is used for about 2/3 of abortions all across the country, we've learned. The FDA has said that it is safe and effective. The bill would exempt a woman who uses mifepristone to get an abortion from being prosecuted. So that's kind of a big story in Iowa that we are following this morning, and we'll continue to learn more about that. You can also find these stories on our website, kettc.com, if you want to learn more. So that's kind of our top headlines that we're following on this Friday morning to get your day started. And if you are wanting to tune into our next live newscast over the air on TV with Jess Abrahamson and Ted Schmidt, you can do that. We do want to tell you about one of the stories that's coming up in the noon newscast today. Let's see if I can bring this up. There we go. Yeah, so one of the stories that they're going to be talking about and on the noon news is there's a call for trained volunteers. So a local nonprofit, the Salvation Army, works every day to provide important dental care for people without insurance. Well, their clinic at the Salvation Army really needs more help to continue its services. That's why they're looking for volunteers. So you can learn all about how to get involved with that by tuning in to our noon news today. That story will be with Aaliyah Demry, our reporter here. That's about it for me. We finally don't have a first alert day for cold extreme temperatures this week. It's the first one, and we are excited about an improvement in the weather. You can learn all about the weather forecasts and what to expect for your weekend. A spring-like warm-up is coming for the weekend and for next week. Ted will talk all about that at noon. But for me, that's really it. I hope you've enjoyed Morning Pulse today and this whole week. It's been a week of new here in the digital world at KETTC, and we're excited for you to be a part of it, and we're excited to be a part of it as well. Hopefully you have a good rest of your Friday. Happy weekend. Have a nice day and a nice weekend, and we'll see you right back here at 8:30 on Monday morning.